Hi, this is Tina from Inner Delight, and welcome back to another Joyful Connections episode. And I have the pleasure of spending time with Mark Landau again from iloveyouandforgiveyou.org. Welcome back, Mark.
Thank you, Tina. It's great to be here.
Thank you. You know, it's so interesting. I find that in the times that we are in at the moment, so many people are waking up to things in a whole new way, or they may have heard things in a gazillion ways, and all of a sudden it's as if they hear it again for the very first time. And I would say that is something that you're bringing forth with your work and the websites that you're sharing. Many people have heard about love, many people have heard about forgiveness. However, the conceptions or the conceptual thoughts that people have about it may not necessarily be the truth of what love and forgiveness is. So if people are willing to cast that aside and to open their ears and open their hearts to experience it in a new way, as if experiencing this for the first time, then they might really love and enjoy what you are going to share with us here.
Well, thank you, though. I think that was beautifully put. And I absolutely agree with you. You know, we hear all the time about beginner's mind, but we have these imprints and patterns that make us rush to judgment and make decisions, maybe before we've given a chance to what's before us. So I think what you said is beautiful, and I'm all for it.
Yay, let's go, because you created something that was inspired. You had a beautiful birthday gift that birthed what you are sharing into the world, right? Which is the whole process of I love you and forgive you. So would you like to guide us through what that is, or maybe share a little bit about it?
Yeah, I would love to. I'd like to encourage everyone listening to actually go to my website and read the whole thing, because there's a lot of information there, and just, the simplicity of what we're going to do, it could have a profound effect, but, it could also lead to that kind of, rush to judgment that I talked about. Many people's egos, I believe, will try to get in the way of them embracing this and doing this, because this has a tremendous potential to heal all the things, the divisions within us that the ego is created to hold in place. But I don't want to belabor that. Let's just jump right into it. But if you have time, I would encourage you to read my entire site, and then make an informed decision as to whether you want to try this for a while, really, in a serious kind of way. But with all of that said, this is a very simple meditation that's not rooted in any ethnic tradition or religion. So it's very universally applicable, I believe. Love and forgiveness is at the core of most religions and spiritual practices. We all, hold those things in high esteem, I believe. But this is a way of combining the deep power of meditation with those essences, without trying to, manufacture them from the small self. So in doing this, I just recommend that as much as possible, the beginner's mind. Not trying to manufacture anything, make anything happen, direct what's going on, control what's going on. Just allow it to be as effortless and simple and easy as possible. And all we're doing is we're going into the inward direction, which means we're closing our eyes. And usually sitting up is the best thing we can do. So I'm going to close my eyes here, and I'm just going to lead you through this in the simplest way that I can. As we close our eyes, we just automatically start to be aware of our internal world as opposed to the external world. And I really, millions of us have learned over the millennia and the last 50 years that a regular practice of going within can be really, really helpful on all kinds of levels, relieving stress, evolving, balancing, bringing more joy and depth and creativity into our lives. So just a simple act of turning our awareness inward is very powerful in and of itself. So let's just do that. Take a deep breath or two. And just feel your body, close your eyes, and just allow yourself to be aware of whatever arises within you, no matter what it is. And then, after a moment or two, just very simply, easily begin to think the words, almost as if they have no meaning. You're not trying to create anything or direct anything or control anything. Just begin thinking the words, I love you and forgive you. I love you and forgive you. I love you and forgive you. Silently in your mind, over and over again. And you can think of it like a mantra, I love you and forgive you. You don't have to think it all the time. You can let it go and then come back to it. But let's just do that just for a few moments. Just let yourself think the words, I love you and forgive you. I love you and forgive you. I love you and forgive you. Silently in your mind. And sometimes as a variation of that, I found that I want a very, very short mantra. And I usually, when I do, I want to do it more quickly. And sometimes even it goes very quickly with like a continuous tone of it overlaid on top. It just kind of happens automatically. But if you ever feel you want a very short mantra, you can just use the word love. Love, 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 love. So I'm just going to say a few things about it. Thank you. Take a deep breath and just come out slowly and open your eyes when you're ready. We wouldn't expect anything, spectacular to happen in a couple of minutes of doing this. In meditation itself, we can go very deep to a very deep place without even realizing that we're at a very deep place. And sometimes the only reason we become aware that we were at a deep place is because we come out of it. We come back and realize, gee, I was just somewhere else. It must have been a very deep place because I don't remember any thoughts going on or anything like that. So it's not necessary that happens. We don't try for it. Like I said, we don't. If we start trying to make the mind quiet, or go to a deep place, or create love and forgiveness, we're going to get in our own way. What we do is set up the preconditions in the best way we can, which is simply closing the eyes, going in the inward direction, and thinking that phrase when we remember to, when we feel like it, and not thinking it when we don't. We can sit in silence for periods of time. If we have a lot of thoughts or even discomfort or antsiness or whatever coming up, that's perfect. That's exactly what needs to happen. And we can just sit with that and be aware of it. or we can easily think, I love you and forgive you, to everything that happens within us, because it all needs healing. Whatever it is, it needs healing. And so, as simple as that is, if we incorporate that into our lives in a regular way, I meditate 3 times a day. Many people recommend 2 times a day. What I recommend is the absolute bare minimum, and this really is a minimum. More is better. More is definitely better. But as an absolute minimum, 5 minutes after you wake up in the morning, just sit up in bed and meditate for 5 minutes. 5 minutes before you go to sleep at night, just sit up in bed and meditate for 5 minutes. Even that, I believe, could bring about really, really wonderful things in many people's lives. So it's as simple as that, and sometimes the simplest can be the most powerful and the most beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks, Mark. I think also, having experienced many different modalities over the years myself, I think what's so beautiful about the times we are in now is that allowing yourself to be drawn to what resonates with who you are now can bring pieces to you that you may have tried before and felt that it didn't do anything, and all of a sudden it's like, huh? I've chanted in my mind love, 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 and may not have felt anything, and now all of a sudden, wow. So it's great to be able to share this, and because it's so easy to apply, to just close your eyes, or even with your eyes open, to repeat that statement, I love you, forgive you, or to just repeat love, 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 will shift the vibration on the inside and will shift everything outside.
Very much so. And,
Yeah.
and on my website and in my book, if you're in your day, if you're driving your car, and someone cuts you off, or you get triggered by something, or you have a memory of a fight you had with your significant other or whatever, and you start going into spin, you can just use it. You can whisper it, you can say it out loud, you can sing it to the sky. It can bring you bliss. It can help heal what's running you at the moment.
Beautiful.
So it can be used any time of the day, but the regular practice of daily meditation, I know from my own experience and believe, is really the most profound way of bringing it in and healing the stuff inside of you that really needs it.
Awesome. Well, so for those of you watching, you have just experienced this beautiful meditation very briefly. You can also read the meditation on the website, iloveyouandforgiveyou.org, and that's also where Mark's book is available. So try it out, play with it, and we'd love to hear your
Absolutely.
feedback, right?
Absolutely. Always, I would love to hear feedback.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, when this resonates with you, we also invite you to share this video with your friends, with your network. So I feel that the more that we share these messages with others, one of these may be just what calls to someone, just like you were talking about receiving that message from Drunvalo, and in those last 15 minutes having that absolute nugget that transformed everything. This may be that for somebody that you know you're watching. So go ahead, share the joy, share the love, and we look forward to connecting with you again. And until then, many joyful blessings.
Amen. And hallelujah. Thank you.